Alright, I have a question and I want a genuine answer. What is it about the
So now,
revivalist church that attracts so much batty, man? Because my only exposure to revivalism has actually only been on social media, and every single male member of the revivalist church that I have seen is gay. Like even the ones that come on here that are bishops that have kids, we see them lead churches and them, so them are fish. You can see them on the same side of the team as me. I mean, I see this as a member of the alphabet community. Is there a member that I missed? Is there like something when we missed? Because I've never ever seen a member of the revivalist church that's a man that looks like they're straight. No, I've never met a straight man who is in the revival church. And there are revivalist male leaders on here who have entire wives, churches, missionaries, where I have friends who skin them out like roast turkey.
wow.
So I know for a fact a lot of them. I'm genuinely curious and I want an honest answer. Like, is there a reason why so much of us are a part of that church? Not including me though, because I grew up Catholic. A lot of my family is Jewish. As you can see, I have the Israel flag on my profile. But I think that in any of those religious institutions that I've been a part of, I don't see that many queer men. So I'm curious why so many are attracted to that specific religious institution.
All right. Here. All right. So here's a genuine answer to that question. The answer to that is that it is actually something spiritual. It is a spiritual thing. Homosexuality is caused by a spirit that form the facets of your personality and it is that you're attracted to. Now, those who are in the revivalist. Now, first of all, I want to say I'm not sure. I am not a part of the revivalist to know all things, but I'm not sure if every single male in the revivalist is practicing homosexuality. But you say that's your experience and that's what you see. But there's a spiritual reason why people are attracted to the revivals and those who are in the revivalists who have homosexual tendencies and who is practicing homosexuality is because it's a spiritual thing. Revivalist is a mixture of what we call Christianity and also African pagan practices. And the thing about African pagan practices is that they serve many deities and many other what we would call gods or spirits, but they're actually demonic forces. And I know for a fact that most people who's a part of it might not agree with it, but let me just give you some evidence. So check this out. Hold on there. So here you see revivalism is it is a blending of Christian and African beliefs. You see right there? Christian and African belief. Look down here as well. Let me shrink this down. It says revivalism emerged in Jamaica between the 1860s and 61 as a part of the Great Revival, a religious movement that combines elements of African pagan beliefs and Christianity. You see that? It has two major forms, Revival Zion and Pocomania. So focus on that part that talk about African pagan beliefs. Now in the African pagan beliefs, they serve many gods or they work with many spirits, and this is the reason why you will see those revival, they have their tables, they do their shrines, they do their altars and so forth, because they're actually serving many spirits. The God of Israel don't need any shrine and no altar, anything like that, because we have Jesus Christ who is our mediator between us and God. But in the revivalism, in the revivalists, they serve they work with many spirits. They work with the God of thunder, and this is where you get the back to sender prayer and so forth. But the main one that I want to talk about is the one called the Mami Water, or some call it Mami Water. Now Mami Water is of the marine kingdom or the marine spirits, and if you know anything about marine spirits, the main manifestation characteristics of the marine spirit, it is sexual immorality. And I'm not talking about sexual immorality only when it comes to having sex out of marriage. Sexual immorality is the very same homosexuality, lesbianism, oral sex, and the like. And so because many of them entertain this type of spirit, that is dominant when it comes to sexual immorality. All those who are of this of that type of spirit as well will be attracted to them. What we need to know about life is that like attract like spirit attract like spirit. So if you are of a certain spirit, you're gonna be attracted to people who have that same spirit. And so any church or any religious organization that entertain these spirits, the people who are of that spirit will be attracted to that. And this is the reason why you see mostly homosexuals being attracted to the revivalist church is because they entertain the mami water and the marine spirit. As much as they will tell you that nothing is like that, it is the facts. They entertain these spirits. Now the reality is that all of them is like this. You have some, you have 60, you have 61. One practice their spiritualism to one extreme, and some practice their spirituality to a different extreme. But those who are doing all these this altar work and so forth, and they're doing their certain rituals, they're attracting the mami water, the mermaid spirit, and anybody who's of that spirit will also be attracted to that place. So I hope that you get your answer in this. You can do your own research and see it for your own self. But one thing I want to even say here to you and to others who are like you, this is a spiritual thing. And if you really want to serve God in spirit and in truth, you're going to have to seek deliverance from that spirit. Because that spirit is seeking to draw as many as they can to where they're going, which is the lake of fire. A judgment day will come where all those who are walking in sin, iniquity, and lawlessness will be judged, but also the spiritual realm, which is the kingdom of darkness, and all these kingdom of darkness, all those are in the kingdom of darkness and the spiritual realm, their judgment will come as well, and they be thrown off into the lake of fire. And anybody who has latched themselves with them, have covenant with them, have treaty with them for power, for fame, or for whatever it is also going down with them as well. So you have to seek deliverance from this spirit. And let me just say this: the moment you're gonna seek deliverance from this type of spirit, you're gonna go through a fight of your life, because Leviathan, Python, incubus, succubus, what we would call even spirit spouse, spirit wife, spirit husband, they're very prideful, and they're very jealous, and they're very stubborn spirits. And this is the reason why you see people who are in a homosexual relationship and lesbian relationship, they're more jealous than people who are in what we a normal relationship. They're more jealous. They will even kill each other faster than those who are in a normal relationship. It's because of the type of spirit that they have. This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. It says here, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. So our reasonable service to God is to make our bodies a living sacrifice, something holy and acceptable unto God. If we're in fornication, and sexual immorality, in any way, shape, or form, we are not truly serving God. God wants our bodies to be holy and acceptable unto Him. To do the will of God is what we must do. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21 says here, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Now, what is the will of the Father? Let's find that out. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 3 to about verse 4. I will read that. It says here, for this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that you abstain from fornication. And fornication comes from the word porneia. You can check that out as well for yourself, because I don't have much time to do that. Verse 4 says that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. So our service to God and our will to God is to actually make this body, this vessel, something honorable unto Him. The Bible says we were not called unto uncleanness, but was called unto holiness. So let's strive to see if we can now become holy and separated unto God, to truly serve God in the way that God wants us to serve Him, and not the way our man, our church wants us to serve Him. I hope this help. Blessings.